Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal King. I'm an independent Arbonne consultant and district manager on the ICE Nation to Be call, and I am happy to be your trainer today. I hope if you're watching this live or you're watching the recording that you find this to be useful information. And I am titling this Five Things Required to Build a Network Marketing Business. So, um, if you didn't realize, that's what our business is. It's network marketing. And I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, and then I'm going to tell you some things that I took away from a training that I listened to from Debbie Neal. So, the power of perseverance is really what network marketing is about. Okay. And it's not the idea of never quitting because that's very negative. It's the idea of doing things and getting happy with doing a daily activity. So, network marketing is networking at the core of it. Okay. And so, number one, and if you're a note taker, I will go by the numbers. Number one is learn to network. Some people are born networkers. Meeting new people is the name of our game, and it is required. It does take effort to develop the skill of networking. So, this was something that I struggled with immediately and at times still struggle with, but I make myself join groups or go out and do things to meet new people. And even though I am in Oregon instead of my home state of Arizona right now, I am out networking and I am working to meet new people. Plus, I do little raffles anytime I go to a networking event, which is literally just a few fizz in a bag with my card and a card that tells them how to use the fizz. And then I get to meet a new person who won my fizz. So I love that. And it's super fun. But making connections with other people and being intentional to meet new people. Okay, so um, are you adding to your 100-person list? You know, are you making it a point to leave your house and go meet new people? Whether you're going to the gym, you're getting your hair done, you're getting a manicure, you're out shopping. Um, you can always spark a conversation with someone, and you never know where that's going to go. It doesn't have to go to Arbonne immediately. It can just be you saying hi and being polite and courteous to other people that is around you. Okay, number two, follow up. So this is the thing I think we forget, sort of accidentally on purpose. Um, but it gives us a reason and them a reason to join us. Okay. So if you tell somebody when you meet them, hey, I'm going to call you on this day, like you were blessed, you got an appointment to talk to them again or meet up with coffee with them again, do you send a confirmation? Do you, the day before, confirm all of your appointments? One, this is a thing that I'm always working on is confirming my appointments and then calling when I said I was going to call. Okay, because normally, like if I don't confirm the day before, the morning of, I'll just go, oh, hey, hi, it's Crystal. I'm confirming our appointment or I'm confirming our call or our Zoom today, at 10 o'clock. Like I have a 10 o'clock today. So I absolutely love that. But the whole point is it's going to take a while for someone who doesn't know you to learn to know, like, and trust you. And if you follow up and you do what you say you're going to do, then that helps them learn and like and trust you. And so you have to keep presenting and you have to keep watching for your own personal growth and you have to be the one who's doing the follow-up first. So if you have a team, even if it's a team of one, you have to create a system or work a system that works for you. Some people like paper and have these beautiful calendars. Some people just use their phone and date activate on their phone. But you have to also do yourself a favor and take notes when you're doing when you meet them. Oh, met Danette through a referral, or met Shelly, at the farmer's market, something like that. But you have to then keep asking for permission to follow up. So this is a thing that I feel like I'm very good at because people will flat out tell me no. And then I'll go, oh, is it okay if I call you back in like 3 months? And they go, oh, okay, sure. And then I will just put them in my phone or on my calendar immediately and go, okay, I'm calling them back in 3 months. And then I'll just look that day and go, oh, or the night before, and great, I'm calling Susie, or I'm calling whoever. But you absolutely have to keep that commitment that you said to them and have that be like no matter what, even if you don't feel like it, you woke up with a headache, you can always say, I'm confirming our appointment, and then when you get there, you can be like, if you still want to go, which I would always still go unless I'm super, super ill, I would just say, hey, because I've had to do this, change an in-person appointment to a phone appointment or a Zoom appointment, which isn't ideal because all of us are better in person, but it works because then you are still honoring that person's time and that appointment. Number three thing you need to develop for working a network marketing business is hunger. Okay. What is it that's going to drive you? And we might call this our why or our really big why. But what I always think of is what is going to make you in those moments when you get up and you're like, oh, I feel like doing nothing. Today feels like a couch day. Today feels like, I'm going to do the bare minimum kind of thing. Well, what is your bare minimum? Okay. Did you set a goal for GTC or June 1st? September 1st, December 31st. What are those goals? Are you working on them? Do you have that hunger to own your goal? Okay. Are you going to really roll up your sleeves and get going to earn it? Or are you going to next month it? Because today is the 28th. And I know a lot of people are already next monthing it. And they were a while ago. I am not a next monther. I do not like doing that. In the past, I have been a next monther, and it is a habit that I am actively breaking. Okay. So when are you going to get going? Even if you set up a goal and you didn't hit it, are you still going to have that goal the next month? It really requires that no matter what mindset, regardless of what people tell you. Okay. Because this is one of those things this and the next one are one of those things where if you can imagine a crab bucket, okay, and one crab is pushing to get out, and that's his goal, okay, and he is climbing out. Well, all of the rest of the crabs are pulling him down, okay? This happens in our business, in our life all the time. Well-meaning people in our lives maybe don't want us to earn our goal and sabotage us. Or we self-sabotage ourselves because maybe the thing, the hunger, the push, the goal, the big why isn't enough to get us out of our house, to get us off of our couch, to get us out of our car and walk into the bank instead of going through the drive-through, walk into the coffee store instead of going through the drive-through, walk in and intentionally go, I'm going to say hi to somebody. I'm going to start a conversation, or at least I'm going to start by smiling at people. Okay. It really is a no matter what mindset, saying you're going to do something and then you do it. This is a commitment issue, this hunger that you have. And I always say, despite the time frame, did you want this bad enough? That's where the hunger comes from. If you want it bad enough, you are willing to pay the price for success. If you don't want it bad enough, you will find an excuse and keep the same goal. And sometimes I'm not for everybody. I'm very East Coast. I definitely don't sugarcoat things. And so I get that. And I still believe, and it's true because this month I sponsored my personal trainer into my business, and I haven't trained with him since 2002 or 2022. And so I've kept in contact with him. I kept asking permission to follow up. And this time around, instead of pushing me off, he said, "Yeah, I'll do it today." And so I sent him a recommended cart and he immediately did it. So I absolutely love that hunger because when we were at GTC, I don't know how many of you took that challenge of messaging people for the business, but I did. Okay. And I reached out to people who just came to my mind. So it's really that simple. And that brings me to my next point. Number four is pushing through this discomfort of growth. So I am like everybody else. Okay. I love being comfortable, just like everybody else. Okay. And I like doing and being committed to myself and disciplined. So, discipline, I know, is a bad word for a lot of you. You don't like it, you don't want to do it, you don't want to embrace it. Okay. But pushing through that comfortable box to the land of unknown, I think is how you succeed and push through. And I'm going to say, that consistency part, stay consistent and you can become that next level leader. But what does that mean for you? Does that mean three reach outs to new people a day? Does that mean two? Does that mean one? Does that mean 10?
Wow.
What is your consistent level? Okay. And I'm going to tell you, if you're in our book club and we're waiting to film our last few chapters, but if you finished that book with us, consistency is a choice that you make every day, 365 days. Okay. I did not say Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, take off all holidays. A holiday is a day. Okay. And you can plan around it. Okay. A holiday is not a month. Okay. It is not a week long. It is one day. Any kind of special day is a day, and you will still have time to do what you said you were going to do and committed to. So, building the ability to grow through the pain allows you to stay focused. It allows you to stay on the course. The more you follow through and get better at it, the more follow up
Now,
you
right
will
now.
have the chance to do, and the
So,
more of a leader you are growing into. Okay, and if any of you have ever listened to Debbie Neal, you know what number five is, okay? Because she is all about the vision. Okay. Casting the vision for your team and for yourself and those around you, and this really is just like what I was doing, at GTC. I was reaching out to people and going, you know what? My team is expanding. I really want you on it. And that was the sentence. Okay. That was it. I left it at that. I sent voice messages, I sent text messages, and I left it at that because GTC is busy. I got other stuff to do. So, but the people who reached back to me took action. Maybe it was because the better timing for them, but also because I showed them I'm going to keep following up when I said I was going to. I'm committed to my own personal goals. Some of them have been watching me and are in my VIP group where I announce what's happening on the team as well. So they have been watching and seeing me grow and watching my team grow and seeing me welcome new people in. Okay. And so it is a leader's mission to cast vision and grow the vision. So many years now, I have been doing my Arbonne business. And I realized not that long ago, I had a vision when my daughter was younger and a teen, when I started doing this as a business. And my vision was to be able to be there for her and my son and to help get them to be as functional adults as I could. Okay. And I realized I've done my first vision and I didn't have a second or a third to push past. And that was my mistake, that I had my first vision. I have lived 17 years of flexibility, being able to put my family as my first priority and my daughter and her well-being as taking care of her as an autistic person as my priority and being able to be that fierce mama advocate for her. And really, that was my whole goal when I started doing this. Like, I didn't think, I always thought, oh, I'm going to have a white Mercedes-Benz. And I still believe that. I am going to have a white Mercedes-Benz. But now my vision has grown to who else do I know that I'm going to help? Or who else am I going to meet that I'm going to help get their white Mercedes-Benz? My vision has grown leaps and bounds. And, now it's so much bigger than me. It is still about me because it is still about the commitment I made. But I have made my vision be, it's grown higher. So it includes a bigger team. And as I teach my team to grow in sales and teach them to grow in their vision, my goal is to inspire others to grow in their vision to be more. So maybe you're sitting here and you're going, well, that's super nice for you, Crystal. You're super outgoing. You're super, you like networking. I don't like doing any of those things. And you know what? Mary can tell you, I did not like doing any of those things. Okay. I 100% grew up with stranger danger and talking to people I did not know. So I grew up in Philadelphia, outside of Philly in a town where they did take children. Okay. My parents 100% drilled it into my head to not talk or even look at strangers, not at all. So it was difficult for me to overcome that. And it still sometimes is difficult, but I work on it. And every time I'm out, I walk every morning. Sometimes I see people, I say hi. Um, Sometimes I don't, but I make it part of my daily method of success to just be out and try to meet people. And of course, I am not perfect. So if there is a day where I feel very ill and I don't, I'm definitely not going to want to be the sick person out and about. I will just do more the next day or do online reach outs instead. So, but casting the vision, this is what it comes to when you're tired. Casting the vision when you miss the goal. Casting the vision when you earn the goal. And when you're on to the next goal and the next goal every month. Casting the vision sets a path and it helps you drive your team to that destination and beyond. And so it gives you a point of focus, and then it gives your team a point of focus where then they can start thinking about their vision and where they want to go. And people are more committed to something bigger than themselves. So if you and when you, I'm not even going to say if, when you can cast a vision that includes your team, maybe includes other parts of the world that you are hoping to impact, but casting that vision is the ability to cast something that's inspiring. And let's face it, people will work harder for things that are outside of themselves. A lot of people have this thing where they're like, oh, well, I'll do it for Vita, but I probably wouldn't do it for myself, you know? And it really is very, very true. But this requires you building yourself, coaching, coaching yourself and your team, networking, getting out there on purpose, intentionally, saying hello, starting conversations, developing that hunger in you, that ability to grow through your discomfort. Okay. Being willing to give up who you are for who you are meant to be. That is really what required to level up. So I'm going to tell you that um, it is a stretch and it's supposed to feel like a stretch. You know, it definitely is something that is inside of all of us that we just need to tap into. And so I'm going to say, I love you. I believe in you. And I want you to make these last few days magical. If you have not experienced the last few days of magic, thousands of dollars of sales can happen. I know this because it has happened to me. I know this also because any VP, NVP, RVP story that you hear, they have done more thousands in their last 2 days than I have done in 6 months sometimes. And I am always impressed with that. And I know that because they did it, I can do it. You can do it. So it does take this making your decision. Are you next monthing it or are you still in it to win it? Miracles happen when a leader can cast a vision and a goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you are watching the recording, I hope you enjoyed that. And also, I will be planning a getting started training since I have new people on my team that I will open up to everybody and do some of the getting started training through the vault. If you don't know what the consultant vault is, reach out to your upline so that they can get you in there. All right, I'm going to stop the recording and then open it up for questions.